Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. No periodic table, no alien talk this evening. However, we definitely have a message from the Creator. And I just wanted to drop this because there were a few other topics that I wanted to do, but God was like, girl, gone. All right. Now, we've been talking spiritual attachment, spiritual attack, bloodlines, spiritual, principalities, all of these different aspects of spiritual warfare and how it translates into multiple things, right? Depending on its origin and purpose and the overall time that it's been around and just, disturbing folks, peace of mind, right? Now, I got this download actually like yesterday, and then I got a little bit more of it today. So when we are dealing with people, we have to realize that these spirits are taking over their entire vessel, okay? This is why operating in the correct frequency is important, because you have to vibrate on a certain frequency to survive here. You have to vibrate on a certain frequency to not be affected by other frequencies that are just probably in your immediate environment, right? They don't even have to be attacking you or attempting to attach themselves to you. It can simply be just an environmental energy, right, that you need to be able to withstand. A lot of us who are experiencing spiritual warfare have been getting attacked for a very long time, and these attacks have been generational, and they've been through every single life cycle, right? And we've gone over that, right? We've gone over the different life cycles and how we can get stalked and monitored by these spirits. However, right, it's important for you to understand that these people who are gravely possessed can die, okay? This is why praying for people, fasting for them, for the restoration of their own original frequency is important, because these entities become so powerful that they get to take the life force out of some people, okay? And if you are experiencing, breaking the spirit off someone, or if you yourself had to have the spirit broken off of you, then it's important for you to understand that the spirit can take you out. Right? It requires a lot of energy in your overall vessel, number one, right? You have to physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally be able to handle a spirit attaching itself to you and attacking. And sometimes they go for the weakest link because it's easier to survive, right? If a spirit is trying to live, they are going to do two things. They're going to attack the strongest person because they want the vessel of the strongest person, and they want to consume their spirit. Once the spirit and the soul, because remember, these are two things, right? We have spirits, but our soul is eternal. Our soul is what we travel through all of the ethers with. Our spirits is the frequency that we pick up each life cycle, right? So it's very important for you to understand that there's a distinction, because spirits can be killed off, souls cannot. okay? Souls do not die. Spirits can be cast down to the pits of hell. They can be cast up into the infinite ethers of the universe, or they can be ordered to stay put mid-level wherever they are, depending on the spirit, depending on who is commanding the spirit, and depending on the reason that the spirit is being commanded and the reason that the spirit is even alive in the first place, right? So it's very important for us to have the understanding of the spiritual realm, because the spiritual realm is comprised of so many different assignments, and sometimes we are the assignment and we don't even realize that we are under attack when we are of the world, right? You sometimes think things are normal if you are just in this frequency. You don't realize that you're being attacked until you start forging your relationship with the Creator, and then you start realizing, hey, the things that are happening to me are beyond the physical. It's a spiritual event. It's a spiritual occurrence. And the more we start to understand and realize that these wars that we are fighting is directly correlated to our souls, right? Because they want our souls, not our spirits. It's very important for you to not only build your relationship with the Creator, but build your understanding and your perspective of the spiritual realm. This is a separate conversation. It's a separate download, but I had got a download about people being in their own world, okay? Most of us, when we are in our own world, that's us taking part in adding energy into our spiritual realms, our own personal spiritual realms, right? But all of the spiritual realm, and we'll get into that because I really felt like the Creator was taking me somewhere with that conversation, with that download. It was actually a conversation that happened with a kid. A lot of my downloads lately have been not coming through kids, but just my interactions with kids overall has allowed me to have a better understanding on, the types of relationships that I would like to build. And most of the time, I don't think we realize that we're building relationships when we have conversations with people, when we eat with people, when we just sit next to them on the bus. In the spiritual realm, right? It's really easy to walk up to a stranger and just tell them, hey, I'm X, Y, and Z, and I do X, Y, and Z for work, and, I'm such and such and such a. That's all 3D stuff, right? Once you start getting to the point where your spirit is being moved, rattled, involved, however you would like to drum it up, right? This is something that we have to realize we are partaking in. If you speak to it, if you acknowledge it, if you give it any sort of your attention in any kind of way, you're feeding it, you're giving it energy, okay? It's not one of those things that you just wake up and decide to, dredge up. These spiritual exchanges are occurring on many different levels, and I think the more people start to realize who they are in the spiritual realm it becomes a lot easier to fill in the different frequencies that may be lacking, or the different frequencies that may need your attention, meaning they need to be captured, they need to be cast out, they are extinct and someone's holding on to it. It's so many different aspects and levels to this that we need to understand that we are, and all of us know this, right? We are spiritual beings having this human experience, and your human experience is not limited to your understanding. And that is a different topic, but it's important for us to understand that our human experience is not limited to our own definition. Our own world is, yeah, but the spiritual realm, us blending our different worlds combined, you have to understand that if you are sharing a space with someone, your worlds are colliding in the spiritual realm to some degree. Even if you guys may never see each other again, you're probably only going to see each other once, maybe twice. But in the spiritual realm, you guys' worlds are colliding with one another. And your ability to understand that is contingent upon your desires, and when I say your desires, I mean your desire to learn more about it. Your spiritual journey, because there's a physical journey and then there's a spiritual journey, okay? No one has the direct link, okay? I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. But your ability to understand, who you are in the spiritual realm, we have to understand that we have work to do on all layers. If you are serious about your spiritual growth, the Creator will allow you to grow in that aspect. Not all of us are meant to come here and ascend. Some of us are meant here to pay back a debt, whether we collected the debt or our forefathers did. And we talk about that, right? In so many different ways, how we all have a physical and a spiritual journey, okay? Your physical journey, and that's a whole different, topic, but your physical journey and your spiritual journeys are intertwined, but they're two totally different things, okay? And I think the more people start to understand that, the easier life can become, okay, for each of us. Most of us don't really have the full understanding on how to move forward, in the respect that, okay, I learned my lesson for this lifetime. I am going to take this lesson in energy and allow my spirit to grow, because a lot of people, they only allow their minds to grow and they don't allow their hearts to grow. And that's two different things, right? Again, your understanding is not limited to the journey that the Creator put you on. We always talk about how you don't have to understand anything. It's God's job to do the job, right? This is no different. So before we go, if I'm going to leave you with anything, or if you're going to take anything away from this segment, please understand that these spirits can overtake people. So with that being said, you have to forgive people when they do things, because some of these people don't even know they're possessed. Now, if people are aware that they are under some sort of possession, whether it's demonic or just low vibrational, two different things, and they are encouraging the spirit, inviting the spirit, you want to stay completely away from them. But if people are unaware, and you have to just ask God the difference. All right. But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying y'all week. I hope y'all are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it is free. Love y'all.